Alright, ladies and gentlemen, last thing we saw was the trusses going up for the roof. So you see there's already metal roofing on here. They use screws. There's screws that go down through the roofing to attach it to their purlins. He's measuring for trim right now. And so he has to put trim all the way around before he puts his siding on. It's also metal siding, like the metal roof. Never have to be replaced. There's doors here. That's going to be 1 horse stall. I mean windows. Yeah, that's a window, not a door. Got it. Those are going to be 2 horse stalls there. This is going to be what's called a tack room, a place to keep your saddles and things. So across the bottom of the structure, don't know if you can see it, but there's pressure treated material going all across the bottom. Anything that touches the ground has to be pressure treated. These materials here are called 2x6s. 2 inches thick, 6 inches wide, but not really. It's only 1.5 inches thick by 5.5 wide. That's something you've got to figure out on your own. Maybe we'll talk about that in class. These are the permacolumns. Permacolumns go down into the ground. There's 6x6s attached and go up here to the top. That's called a header across there. The thing that goes across the top of the door is a header. And there's a track. There's a track here for the doors because there's going to be 2 large sliding doors here in this opening. As we walk in, there'll be a actually this is a tack room here, and over here there'll be 2 stalls. And eventually there'll probably be some stalls over along that wall. My son Shawn had to bring gravel in. There's all gravel across here that he had to bring in to build this material up on the ground. There's another piece of pressure treated. See, the pressure treated is green. It's got a green color to it, as opposed to the other piece of wood that are more white. This is all construction grade lumber. And they're the trusses from down below. As we look up, there's a floor that goes through the middle. The trusses are made with multiple pieces of wood. There's a piece of wood that starts at that end and goes here, and then there's a big cleat that holds it on. There's a specific name for that. What's the name of those things?
What's that?
The thing that holds the 2 pieces across the bottom together. A gusset plate. I knew there was a real term for it. It's called the gusset plates, and each one of those has gusset plates because the bottom of our truss is made up of 3 pieces of wood. And then there's gusset plates up there that hold 2x4s together to go up and create the truss design. So the upstairs loft will be used for holding hay. There were some giant piles of lumber out here once. It's all gone. It's all been put into the building. So in order to do this kind of work, the contractors that are building it have a trailer. I'm going to sneak inside the trailer, don't tell them. Looks like they've got rolls of insulation here. They've got ladders. They have saws. They have a generator in case they don't have electricity. We actually don't have electricity on this job, so they've got to use the generator. Those are hoses for the air compressor, and the air compressor is over there because a lot of their tools run off of air. And here's staging, so they've got to set staging up sometimes if they don't, if they can't use the lull. And they've got other kinds of saws going on here as well. And they need all their fasteners, so they have a large variety of fasteners, air nailers, battery operated tools, boxes of nails. A lot of money goes into one of these trailers, but they have to have it. And over here, those materials are the inside of the stalls. So we have stall mats. There'll be mats going down on the floor for the stalls. There's floor mats. And we'll come come back in the next couple days. Oh, those look like the bars on the horse stalls. They don't even have horses yet, and they got everything ready for horses. So all the material that used to be here went into that barn. There's going to be a door up in the top so we can load hay in there, and large sliding doors at the bottom. Let's go back into the barn. So here's a cordless air nailer. Runs off of gas or butane. Here's one of their saws that they have to use. That one's a battery operated saw.
Hold off this piece, you want to knock it out and get it out of the way.
And these handsome guys are the ones that are building this structure. Thanks, guys. Doing a nice job.
You're welcome, thank you.
Also, that my son can have some horses that he can pay for the rest of his life, and he'll always be broke. People who have horses are always broke. So what do you call these pieces going across here? Are those purlins?
These?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are called purlins, and the purlins are going to catch the metal as it goes across.
Yep.
Or as it goes up and down, I should say.
Yeah, because you can see right here, right behind here, we punched all of our steel. So if you look down the side, all the screws are
Oh, look at that. All the screws are nice and straight, so you guys go along ahead of time and punch them all.
Yeah, we stack all the steel all in one pile and take this guy and punch it through the center.
Oh, very nice. So you punch all the holes at one time, so they are really nice and straight.
A little extra work, but it keeps them straight.
Oh, you got to do it.
We do that on the roof too.
Yeah.
Makes it so much easier.
All your lines are straight then.
Yeah, because
no one will ever see it up there, but it just makes our lives a lot easier because the holes are already punched. All you got to do is make sure the sheet is where it needs to be and screw it.
Very nice.
It's easier to screw through too when the holes are already punched for you.
Yeah.
And you also don't get the burrs, because when you put a screw in, it creates burrs.
Brings up a burr, and then it cuts the little rubber washer, because there's a rubber washer underneath all those, aren't there?
Yeah, that's right here.
So let's see that. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I got to get my focus in here. So there's a little screw, but it's got a washer on it so that the water can't get behind it. Nice. How tight do you know how to go on those?
They have metal fastening guns. They're like a drywall gun, but they spin at a higher RPM.
Okay.
We don't have those. I would like to get them, but we just basically go until the washer
starts to button.
It just squeezes the metal.
Okay, good.
You see it just mushroom a little bit.
After a while,
Very nice.
we get used to it, because when he first taught me, if we get too tight, you often see it's too tight. If it's too loose, we can notice it too. We just get an eye for it.
And look at this. Somebody's been walking on the side of my son's barn. Look at it. It must be Batman. Batman walks up the side of buildings. Look at this. There's a footprint right there. Come on. Oh, wow. And look at that. Oh, good thing. We're gonna make you guys take this all down and wash it so it get your footprints off of it. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate your help. See ya.
See ya.